Hello and welcome back to the Football Virgin show. That sounds weird. And I am on a journey to, well, learn about football. Now please do subscribe to the channel, even if you just want to laugh at me. This week my task was to go to the pub and watch the World Cup qualifier match between England and Poland. Now this was a very new thing for me because, you know, I've been to pubs before where there's been football playing, but normally my reaction is, great, the football's on. Anyway, so I got to my destination. I was actually really excited. I don't know if that was because of the football or because the pub I went into were doing 2-for-1 pizzas that night. But for the sake of this blog, let's say it was for the football. There was actually an amazing atmosphere in there though, which is what I do really like about going to a pub to watch football. There's like a certain kind of buzz in the air. There were so many different ages, cultures, kind of backgrounds. Everyone was so different, but kind of coming together to watch football, which I thought was nice. Now, I was actually asked by Copper90 to maybe speak to some people at the pub about what they thought of football. I was a bit scared to do this. Ironically, I didn't even need to worry about it because as soon as I sat down, 50-year-old guy next to me started chatting me up. So I thought, yes, this is annoying, but I can turn this around to my advantage. So I asked him what he thought about football. He basically said that people that like football have a slight caveman mentality. They love all getting together and feeling like they're part of some massive gang. Which, like, I guess I can kind of see where he's coming from, although maybe not the caveman thing. And then as my friend looked at the screen, she said, it's really, really raining. And I saw them throw balls onto the pitch, and I guess that was to see how far the ball could go, as if it was a real match. Turns out the ball just went, landed into rain. So that probably didn't go very well. And then the words came up onto the bottom of the TV screen. Game has been postponed until 8:45 when there will be a pitch inspection. Are you kidding me? I mean, I really didn't think that the rain stopped a football match happening. I mean, do these stadiums not have roofs? So to cut a long story short, I left the pub. It was really pissing down with rain on the screen. So I kind of had this feeling it was going to be cancelled. So I went home, put on the TV. Match has been cancelled till tomorrow night. Really isn't my evening. Oh, and I also take back my roof comment because as the England coach, I think it was the England coach that was being interviewed at the end, turns out that Polish stadium did have a roof. The Polish people, or whoever it was, just decided they weren't going to use it. I mean, surely before a football match, one of the first things you should do is look at the weather. And if it says constant rain, put the roof on. So then I thought I would see what Adrian Charles was chatting about with the other three guys. Not quite sure who they were, I only recognised him. Why does he present this football? Does he know anything about football? I really thought he just presented the one show. Anyway, so it turns out they weren't really talking about hardly anything, aside from how much of a farce the whole evening was. Well, that I can agree with them on. So I'm sorry, I've massively failed this week. The first time I actually go to a pub with the intention of watching a football match gets cancelled. Through no fault of my own, obviously. The only person I blame for this whole catastrophe of an evening is that one person who works in Poland who was supposed to check the weather to decide if they put the roof on the stadium. So, what have I learnt? That person should be fired? Yeah, that's about it. Now it is time for me to go to bed and pretend this whole evening didn't happen. Goodbye.
5-0. England got the result against San Marino that they needed, and really that's all the analysis that's needed. Look, San Marino aren't a football team. Even Gianpaolo Mazza, the San Marino manager, said